Light tanks are all about camouflage. When you're moving or sitting still, you have the exact same camo in a light tank, which is not the case for any other class in the game. Not only do you have the same camo, but you also have some of the best camo in Tier 10, specifically the case for the T100LT. Now, light tanks are normally supposed to have downsides compared to their medium counterparts. So the Boss Shotgun 25-ton obviously has very poor gun depression, its turret traverse is kind of bad, and the gun isn't amazing. And when you add all those together, it's quite an easy tank to bully if you're in a medium tank, because once it clips, you can just push it. The Vickers light, it's got okay DPM, but mediums, especially vehicles like the 62A or even STB1, can do a lot better than the Vickers either haul down if you're going for the haul down playstyle, or if you're going for the DPM side, the Vickers light still loses in DPM. It's got a DPM comparable to the AMX 30B. And the Sheridan, I mean, it's pretty simple to understand. It has a lot of alpha, but it suffers a lot in the penetration, especially on the standard ammo, and it has terrible accuracy, and as well, it has very, very poor DPM. When we come to the T100LT, it has none of those. It has 3,500 DPM, it's got enough penetration even with rammer to penetrate an E100's turret, because it has AP as premium ammunition. As well, it has ridiculously troll armor. The upper plate, I know all of you have bounced the upper plate on this vehicle numerous times in battles. The side armor, for some reason, even if you shoot it flush in the side, it will still bounce shells. In fact, I'll show you a clip right here of my E100 literally bouncing the flat side of the T100LT. The tank makes no sense, and it is a objectively overpowered tank. Sometimes, and a lot of times in my videos, I will say this is an opinion, but this is not an opinion. This is a fact. If you disagree with this, you are simply wrong. The T100LT is currently performing better than the T22 medium in every single statistic. A medium tank that is called overpowered. The T100LT should be nerfed. It is completely dominating tech tree games, or just pub battles, should I say, and as well, comp meta as well. If any of you watched the RU tournament scene last month and season, it was dominated by 5 T100LTs on both team. And it seems like that is going to be the case for NA's comp meta as well for next season. They are completely dominating the meta. They are a pain to fight, especially when toxic people double tune them, and that is why I'm making today's video. So clearly, I'm on the page of this vehicle needing a nerf. Now, what is going to be nerfed on the tank? I cannot say. If Wargaming's even going to nerf it. We have seen that the M6 show with the 3 shotgun and 2 shotgun is pretty overpowered even still today. The IS-7 side armor is way too troll, and the 60 TP shouldn't have tungsten shells. But clearly, we also know there's tanks like the FE2 and 5B, which deserve a DPM buff, and same for the T110E5, especially after vehicles like the Concept 1B exist. But clearly, the Wargaming balancing department sucks. I'm gonna say it outright. They suck at balancing. It's not hard to do your job, but clearly they do not do a very good job at it. I could get any 60%er to do a better job at balancing what Wargaming does than really they do. And they get paid. I just want to point out, the Wargaming team gets paid like probably $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year, some of the higher ups in the balancing department, to do jack crap. That is all they do. I am very frustrated with how lazy it seems to me the Wargaming balancing department is. So I wanted to get that out of the way. Wargaming does do a crappy job at balancing in this game, but now that we're done with that, let's get into the gameplay of the T100LT so I can show you 2 out of the 10 battles I've played in this tank today. Now, out of the 10 games, I'm averaging over 4,000 average damage, and I have not lost a single battle. And this is just going to showcase these 2 games here. They weren't even really special games. I mean, I even had a 5,400 damage mastery that wasn't that special, so I'm deciding not to show it. But you're going to see just in these battles alone why this tank is so dumb. So here we go, driving up behind a T110E4, and because my HE has 420 average damage, I am able to completely eradicate this guy's hit point pool. So this is 3 shells into the E4's rear, and what was a full health tier 10 American tank destroyer is now dead. But good news, now we got the 60 TP over here, so I'm going to start shooting him. We're already up to 2,000 damage right in the beginning of this battle, and well, yeah, this guy is not going to be enjoying this all too much. So there you go, another 302 damage dealt there, and let's see if we can get another shell out, and there you go, tracked him so Flossie wouldn't get shot, and with that we're up to 2,600 damage dealt. But wait, there's more, let's get another shell in. That is 3,003 damage dealt, and I've cleared 2 of their tanks on the team already. I mean, that's just how quickly I was able to do that. I am going to capture this base because I'm not sure what's going to happen, and yeah, you never want to risk it, so I'm always going to capture the base. I am a light tank, and that is my job. Now we've got the Leopard pushing onto my FV2 and 5B183, so oh boy, look at this, more HE shells. Let's aim in right on the side, and that's a 501 damage roll. Oh boy, fair and balanced. But don't worry, we can get another shell in for another 268, bringing us up to 3,800 damage. And let's finish off the Leopard 1. The sad part is, I can easily beat a Leopard 1 in my T100 LT. The highest DPM tier 10 medium stands almost no chance to a light tank, which doesn't make sense. But there you go, bounce from the object 268 on my turret. How many times have you aimed at this thing's turret and not penetrated? It's quite irritating. So we've shot the 268. He's obviously not much of a threat anymore. Now we got the AMX M454 off to the side, so let's get a shell into him. Oh wow, would you look at that? Armor on the light tank, getting a bounce right on the side, because the sides actually have an angled bit just like the IS-7, which will auto-ricochet a lot of shells. So now we're up to 4,800 damage dealt and 1,120 blocked. 1,120 blocked in a light tank. Obviously, we've got ridiculous on-move accuracy, so we penetrate the shell, and that is 5,200 damage. Did we do anything exceptional in that game? No. All I did was drive my tank into the enemy, farm them, and come out with a win. This is just what makes the T100 LT such a broken vehicle. But let's not showcase one battle. Obviously, I've always got two in store for you. So here we go on Hellas. And if you'll look at the enemy lineup, they've got a T100 LT, a Vickers Light, a TVP, and an E50M. That is very, very deadly mediums and lights against this vehicle. I made a video not too long ago talking about how the Vickers Light is great at dealing with T100 LTs. However, it does not take away from the fact that I'm about to show you I'm going to play my T100 LT on medium side against the mediums like the E50M, the TVP, and I'm going to beat the mediums with a light tank. How does that make any sense? Like, you're probably hearing this like, what? Like, the Vickers Light, yeah, I can sort of understand that, because the Vickers is sort of a medium, but it has downsides. The Vickers does not have the same haul down capabilities of the Patton or the STB1. And if you're going to use the Vickers haul down, you might as well use AM48 or a STB or an M60 or any type of haul down medium. It'll do better. The Vickers is really good because of its view range and the fact that it's kind of like a medium, but it's definitely not an overpowered tank at any means. Over here, we've already taken 878 hit points off, but oh wait, there's another shot, 1,266 off the TVP, and there you go, my first shot of health. I have bled. Are we going to be able to get a second shell? No, unfortunately not, but that's all fine anyways. We've already dealt double the damage we have received. We got the E50M in front, and trying to think of what I want to do. Obviously, I don't want to bleed to the E50M, but because he shot my teammates, we're going to aim in. Ooh, there you go, beautiful accuracy, 0.285 if you're running refined gun. Makes no sense why it's also that accurate, but hey, we're still connecting our shells. Another crazy shot into the E50M. Now we're up to 1,900 damage. Still bullying tier 10 mediums. Now we have more hit points than the E50M, and the only vehicle that has less than us is the Vickers Light. Oh, look at that! Upper plate bounce, because I angled it, so we were able to get a bounce there. Let's aim in a shell in the Vickers. Nice tap for 300, 2,300 damage almost dealt now. But hey, look, there's the E50M. Are we going to be able to get a shell in? No. I mean, just look at how stupid the gameplay is in this vehicle. And I mean, yes, it does take skill to run this vehicle well. There are players out there that will not do well in a Vickers Light. There was somebody I came across yesterday that was like 42% in it. And yeah, there is a lot of players that will not perform well in the vehicle and will say that the tank's not OP because they don't do well in it. But simply that is just a skill issue, and you don't understand how to drive the vehicle, because anybody that understands how to use this tank will understand why it is a completely broken vehicle. Now, it's okay to not do great in lights. I mean, they are the most influential tanks, but they require the most skill. This T100 LT here clearly isn't showing that. He drove into me and then killed himself. Didn't even get one shot in. I don't know what the point of that was, but clearly it wasn't a good job. There you go, TVP's taken out, and sadly, my T22 was, I don't even know what the T22 was doing, but there you go. Finished off the E50M. We're up to 4,000 damage dealt, and well, look at that. The enemy team still has quite a bit of opponents left. Unfortunately, Flossie has died in this battle, so I'm going to try and help out, and oh, that shell just robbed me. I was really worried that Vickers was going to rush me, and in all honesty, he should have rushed me, because it would have given him a big advantage if he had been able to kill me, but he doesn't, and what that means is now I'm going to drive away from the IS-7, misses me, and hopefully the 62, yes, finishes off the Vickers. and now all I'm going to do is drive away and go over towards base A. I can even do a bit of a skip. Here we go. Capturing base A, made sure to capture it. And, I mean, this is just a win. What I would have done is I would have gone to base C, I would have tried capturing it, and if the IS-7 so happened to kill my E-100, then I would not have lost on base cap. But if the IS-7 didn't kill my E-100, which is what happens here, I'm just going to absolutely farm the living daylight out of him. So there's one shell into the IS-7. Let's put on my adrenaline, and there you go, a second shell in. Bit of a low roll, but who cares? 4,900 damage dealt again. This is just 2 of the battles. As I said, I averaged 4,000 plus damage in the tank today. It's ridiculous. I've never played a tank that has been this easy to drive. My win rate in this tank is now higher than my Concept 1B at 90%, with 3,600 average damage with 77 games in. Like, yes, my Concept 1B is doing pretty dang strong. If I go to, I don't know where the win rate tab is, I'm going to be honest, there it is. My win rate tab, my Concept 1B is doing really, really well. It's sitting at like an 88% as you can see, but that's not 90. It's so dumb. Well, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and please rally to get this tank nerfed because I hate dealing with it. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.